Let's start.
Okay, picture. Generating electricity one step at a time. Okay, let's go to the next slide. Introduction. Many countries have tried to obtain energy from different kind of sources. We are introducing to obtain energy from different kind of source, which is director of Fusion System, Lawrence Campbell Cook, thought of new idea to generate electricity from pavement stamps. Okay, the material in making top surface is flooring is made of recycled rubber and stainless steel. The base of the slab constructed over 80% of recycled material with the concrete. Okay, the main distributors are the Faculty Architects and Consultant London, Fusion System United States of America, Watec California, Sound Power Corporation USA, and Kinergy Power USA. Okay, let's go to the next one. I pass to Tanush.
Okay, basically, deformation of the material under the load generates electricity through floor tiles. Okay, when you step on the floor tiles, you pass kinetic energy, and thus that kinetic energy through certain processes are changed into electrical energy, and this energy is stored and can be used for later applications for other materials, of course. As I said, the types of processes that involved in converting the kinetic energy to electrical energy are as above: magnetic transducers, piezoelectric effect, static capacitors, and micro generators. Okay, piezoelectric effect. It is commonly used technology. It's actually a transducer. So when you step on the floor, the kinetic energy is converted by the transducer, and the charges that are produced are siphoned off, and then this producing charge producing electricity, which is stored for later use. Okay, magnetic transducer is made up of a magnetic element and a conductive element. One of the elements is attached to the floor and another is not. So thus, when you step on the tile, the attached element moves, and this causes a change in the magnetic flux. When the change in magnetic flux happens, electricity is generated. So that electricity is stored and used for later use. Now, microgenerators. It's a complex mechanical arrangement using hydraulic, pneumatics, and springs. They are arranged in a way that when a force is acted upon it, the rotors of the microgenerators, which is under the floor tile, is moved by this complex mechanical arrangement, thus generating electricity. Static capacitors. Now, a capacitor is formed under the floor tile or incorporated within the design. So one layer is attached to the tile surface by springs, and another is below, attached to the floor concrete below. And when the tile surface is moved by applied pressure, there will be a change within the gap, the distance between them. And thus, charges are induced in the layers, which are then extracted and funneled through a external circuit where electricity is produced.
Okay, so guys, I'll be explaining about the advantages first.
advantages of pavement. First of all, these tiles we can use it for pedestrians because pedestrians are usually walking around and crossing roads. But I didn't say that you should put them on roads. You can put them on the pavements, which pedestrians use to walk, passing by the road. So these pavement, it can actually help to generate electricity just by pedestrians walking over it. And when you get to implement this technology on road itself, we can actually save electricity and also generate electricity at the same time. Okay, this type of tiles, which is another advantage, which is they are renewable. So you don't have to worry about them being a problem to the ecosystem or to the environment because they are renewable and also it's eco-friendly. And other than that, it can also help us to reduce global warming because many ways to generate electricity, they actually kind of have some effect onto the environment, but using pavement, you can actually help to save the environment. And actually there's lower maintenance cost because the whole thing is complex enough for us to actually not to cause any trouble to the whole system. So maintaining it won't be a problem. And this is the best part of pavement, it's waterproof and damp-proof. What does this mean is that even when it rains, the pavement, it won't be affected by the water. So you don't have to worry about securing it with any extra material because it's already perfect. Okay, next. It will be the disadvantages for sure. So we don't say that pavement is totally perfect. It has disadvantages too. So first disadvantage is basically only tiny amount of energy will be produced just by stepping over the tiles. So this means that many people should keep on walking on these tiles to generate much electricity for us to use for big things like lighting up the street lamp or something. So that's one of the disadvantages. And then the next one is the cost for making this slab, the tiles. So the cost for it is actually high because it involves a lot of complex items, and to obtain it and to make it's actually quite high. So that's one small disadvantage. I can see small is big. Okay, next, we cannot rely this pavement as a primary source of electricity because we have much more sources of electricity which can contribute more to the society compared to pavement. But this can actually help us in a small way, even though it's not really that big. And another thing is pavement can only be applicable to specific areas. For example, like the pathway for pedestrians, maybe in shopping complexes, maybe in playgrounds. So it's quite limited for us to use pavement, but it's okay because it's something that we can use for the environment. Okay, so the example of the usage of pavement is actually during 2012 London Olympics. They actually managed to use pavement there, and they managed to generate some electricity, which managed to prove that pavement is actually can actually help us to generate electricity. And this pavement is actually capable of storing electricity up to 3 days, and this electricity has been well used by people. Okay, so these are the applications where you can use pavement. Like I said, you can use it where pedestrians are walking. You can use it to power street lights. So whenever the electricity is generated by pavement, it can be used to light up the street lamps. Other than that, we can also use the electricity for displays, speakers and alarms. Then charging batteries. Well, charging batteries we can apply for cars, maybe for technology like handphones, laptops. So these small amount of electricity can actually help in many ways. And finally, it's for signage and advertisements, because mostly we are depending on big power supply. So why not use pavement to light up something small without using power supply, which consumes a lot of electricity. now is the conclusion.
As a conclusion, there are many energies, like for example mechanical energy, which are humans, I mean bioenergy, which have been wasted a lot of time ago since now. Why don't we utilize it and use to convert it into electrical energy? For example, we can use the big jet to charge electricity by generating a kinetic energy by walking on the pavement. It's very simple. You don't need to add petrol or bike or anything. You just need to walk through it. That's all. So this pavement is applicable for every country which are more dense population. For example, China, India. Even we can also use in Malaysia. This pavement is a future energy. The future is here. We can generate energy through our footpath. Thank you. Okay guys, now we are going to show a video which is illustrating pavement, how it works and etc. So let's go.